hammer time.
All right, this is a continuation of hammer time. If you remember at the end of the first video, I talked about these arms and the setup on these arms. Two of these guys, which again, the holes are oblong, so new pins these will have to be bored, then new pins made on both sides. So this one's going to be an interesting one on how to locate and set up. So that'll be coming up here in the near future. Here, so forgive me for any jerkiness. So this is one thought I had. I'm going to swing you around here. So I machined a pin that is very tight. It's basically tight at the top. As you remember, these holes are oblong, and I came up with this idea where I put it in a V block. So that way, in the V block, it's perpendicular. And my thought of putting the V block hanging off the table is that once I actually secure the arm to the pallet, I can pull that pin out and I can bore it. I could take the whole V block off now that I think about it, once it's secured. But anywho, so you can see I've got a test indicator over here, and in that position I basically get a couple thou run out. If I take the indicator and roll it over to the, let's call it the 6 o'clock position that it's facing us, I get about 20 or 30 thousandths run out. And if you can see here on my pin, I've got play, which is down in that bottom portion there, because the two holes are different from each other. So, been looking at this and wandering around, I was wandering around thinking, and I got a text message from Colin Chippett, and he said he had an idea. And so I was waiting for him to message me back, and him talking about having an idea made me think about his recent video where he was using his tool for boring. So I have these mandrels that I picked up, and I showed you those recently in a video. These are tapered and they slide into each other. So I'm going to try this setup for the heck of it. So I've got a mandrel on this side in the bore, and then a smaller mandrel on this side in the bore. I'll put this in the V block again, which should give me perpendicular to the table, and then I can go check this guy to see how much concentricity I have, concentricity or parallelism I have in perpendicular to the table. I'm gonna have a lot of P's, something there. So let me try doing that and see what I get. Now another thought, my good friend Carl came over last night, a little show and tell, and he had, he saw the same problem, and the discussion was, well, wait a minute, how in the heck did Little Giant machine these arms after they were casted? There's really no evidence of anything that you can come off of. There's no machined flats or anything to pick up on. And as you can see, this one's the left, there's a left and right arm. So his discussion and thought was, go ahead and set this flat up here on some 1, 2, 3 blocks or whatever I can get in there, get it level on there, and then start sweeping the holes, and that would be where you would hold down and then pop the holes. So may try that also. I think I'm going to give this a shot, and we'll see. So we'll try plan B and see what we get. Okay, here's my next attempt at a setup, and I think I'm getting closer, although I don't like it up so high in the air. And there's a 1, 2, 3 block, so you can see it's about almost 5 inches in the air. So angle cube is at 0. The block's at 0. If I set a plate up there and showing under a degree, depending upon your average. There's 1 degree, there's 60. For an angle, right? And there is some flex in the unit. So I put a dial indicator, test indicator here, and basically getting a couple thou reading on that right there. So let me reset up and we'll come back over to this one and see what kind of reading I'm getting. I'll bring you back. I can't do everything at once here. Okay, I moved the setup over, and I'm getting about, there's 5, 10, 15 thousandths in that travel, and I basically got the same amount of travel this way also. So I'm going to have to ponder on this, and it may be close enough for what we're doing here. So the plan would be is to get some support under here and under here on the clean part of the casting, clamp it down to the table, and then find centers and bore the holes. But let me think about this one for a little longer. Anybody's got any ideas? I'm open for it.